Matt back with another Splitboard HQ video, and today we are heading up the Dolomite Shoulder just off of the Icefield Parkway, and we got a good little cruise, 4 of us today. It's a little bit of fresh snow, so we're hoping we can get a little bit better snow at the top and score some good turns. So yeah, we'll check back in a bit.
So thinking about today's trip out with Matt in the context of sort of that beginner intermediate splitboard progression, some context, we've just come out of a very dry early winter that we then had a very, very cold snap, which rotted the snow out. And then we went into a really rapid warming cycle. And now we're kind of getting back to a little bit more winter as usual. It's still pretty warm, but we've had some snow. So realistically right now, we're just taking a super conservative mindset, even though like the forecast today is low at tree line and moderate in the alpine kind of thing. We're still taking just a super conservative mindset because we haven't been out a lot for starters, and also just really uncertain about everything that's going on. So the season so far has definitely been a patience and waiting game. And I think the learning point for this as you progress is that being patient and waiting for the right conditions. So today we're going to go try and find some mellow turns, have some fun and make the most of this new snow because we haven't had some in a while, but we're also just keeping it super chill and keeping it reeled in. And another part of that is we haven't actually been out touring a lot. So we're not as fit as we were this time last year. So we want to keep that in mind as we move into the remainder of this season. So yeah, patience is a virtue. It'll keep you above the snow longer and keep you enjoying it. So keep that in mind when you're planning. So we've just come out of a big sort of natural avalanche cycle here. And obviously this video is being shot right now. You could be watching this 3 years from now and it's completely different. But we just came out of a natural avalanche cycle. We're seeing the remnants of all of these avalanches that have kind of come down. Here's just a good example. We wanted to point this out is people often think if there's trees on a slope that it means it never avalanches, but it's not true, right? You can see here we've got a pretty big debris pile here. Big enough to bury a person for sure. But we still have a whole bunch of trees up above there. So even though this avalanche is fairly regularly, particularly in the spring, it never generates enough mass, particularly or speed, that it knocks all these trees down. So looking for other things, we can see below us here, we've got flagging on the trees where a bunch of the lower branches are broken off. So just being aware of that kind of thing as you travel. And we've talked about that in other videos, but this just seemed like a cool opportunity to highlight that because we don't necessarily often get up close with debris piles like that. So it's pretty cool.
A lot of what we're trying to address in these splitboarding vlogs are questions that people that are fairly new or just curious about splitboarding might have. And so I kind of have a unique perspective with that since this is only my second season out here in the backcountry and splitboarding. And so I do legitimately have so many questions every time we go out. So I just keep firing them at Simon. He keeps answering them on video. So hopefully everyone watching is benefiting from that. Even if you have been splitboarding for quite a while, hopefully you're learning 1 or 2 new things. Hey, it's Editor Matt. I just wanted to cut in at this point in the video and explain what's about to happen. You see, as Simon mentioned earlier, our plan was to keep it super mellow and chill for the day, but as it turns out, we took a right in the trees instead of a left, and we found ourselves on top of what was a very steep gorge. We had to skin both down and up to get out of it, and it did zap a ton of our energy. It ended up being sort of fun in a weird way, but it was definitely tiring. And yeah, we weren't really expecting it. But anyway, carry on. I will probably fall at least a couple times. The downhill kick turn. Nice, Mike. but as technical a downhill ski section as I've ever tried. We've got rocks, we've got super loose snow, we've got someone who is not skilled at it. Great combination. Downhill kick turn. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, it was a miracle I didn't fall on that one. Bit of a miracle I'm not falling. I got so dicey on that one. I was half turned and my ski just started going and I was kick turning as I was moving. It's a pretty good view of our downhill track. It's pretty sketchy coming down, but we made it. And now we have almost as equally challenging a trek up here. Different reasons, but definitely tough. Now we're just kind of cruising through these little evergreens. And then we're heading up, hopefully into a little bit of alpine and do some turns. That was fun. Oh,
It's a long enough run that your legs get tired.
yeah, that was so fun though. That kind of riding is like, I could do that kind of snow all day.
Yeah.
Whoa! You good? I guess you found out how your ski ejects. Woo!
Good.
That was tight. Love that stuff.
Do you like that stuff?
I actually do.
Do you?
I find it such a challenge. Swallowed some moss.
This is where the hard boots suck.
Yeah. No flex whatsoever.
You do this enough and you're like, I've got to hit a tree at some point.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Exactly. As long as you're not going Mach 10, you'll be all right. But That's pretty sick.